here comes Skip Summers. North Carolina's present skydiving team national champion.
Championship Wrestling, bringing you great wrestling action, sanctioned by the NWA, National Wrestling Alliance.
Hi once again, everybody. I'm Tony Schiavone, and welcome to World Championship Wrestling. And you're ringside with the NWA, the National Wrestling Alliance, the Major League of Professional Wrestling. In the summer months, and the Great American Bash is in full swing, excitement plus. We have 7 more cities remaining in the Great American Bash, including the Gator Bowl in Jacksonville, Florida tonight. Ric Flair against Dusty Rhodes for the World Heavyweight title, what many people feel will be Ric Flair's biggest test during the Great American Bash. Let's bring in Jim Crockett, president of Jim Crockett Promotions. Jimmy, so far the Great American Bash, tremendous success. A lot of things have happened also.
A lot of things. We're halfway through Jacksonville tonight. A lot of winners, a lot of losers, but the big winner's been the fans all across America. Been the greatest birthday party we've ever had in this great country of ours. And we've got us one new bald-headed geek.
That's exactly right. One new ball-headed geek, and Jimmy, we're going to be looking at that a little bit later on.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you, Jimmy Crockett. Okay, special commentator, special guest host today on World Championship Wrestling, none other than Jim Cornette, manager of the World Tag Team Champions, along with Big Bubba.
Along with Big Bubba Rogers, my bodyguard, Tony Schiavone. I'm just here to help you out, to lend some of my expertise in professional wrestling, because I've seen you do this show before, and believe me, you need a little help. That's what I'm here for, because I manage the Tag Team Champions. I've got the greatest bodyguard, and I'm the greatest manager, but besides that, I'm a heck of a commentator, and you're going to find that out.
Okay, fans, we're ready with our first event. Let's go to the ring. And in the ring right now, Tommy Young, the referee. Baby Doll's in the ring.
Baby Doll's newest protege, the Warlord, and I know a good attorney if he wants to sue whoever gave him that haircut, because he needs to. And Gene Ligon right now, you know, Gene, that was his first mistake, trying to approach a guy that big straight from the front. You got to be a little sneaky with these big guys, because they're big and they're strong, but they're also a little bit stupid, or else they wouldn't spend all their time in a gym pushing barbells around. And see, once again, Gene Ligon is not going to outpower this man. He's going to have to outsmart him.
The Warlord, he just took that drop kick right in stride, didn't even budge him.
Well, Gene didn't have the best balance on that, to be honest with you, either, but I don't think it would have mattered if he had, because
there's the power slam.
And the Warlord once again, but I still, Tony Schiavone, don't think that Baby Doll can guide a career with anywhere near the success a great manager like myself could.
Once again, it's a replay. We take a look at the Warlord. And the power slam. The winner over Gene Ligon, our first event on World Championship Wrestling, the Warlord.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now I want to call in the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And Rick, a lot of people don't have the confidence in you that I do, and they think tonight in Jacksonville against the American Dream could be the biggest challenge of all the Great American Bashes.
Well, Jim Cornette, first of all, let me be the first to congratulate you on your new position at Jim Crockett Promotions. I like seeing a man out here who's got some class and some knowledge of the greatest sport in the world, and you're right where you ought to be, right here, lending your expertise. As for Jacksonville, Florida, tonight, Dusty Rhodes, you've worn this on 2 different occasions. You've been the man in the state of Florida for 10 years. But tonight, punk, and I'm calling you a punk because that's what you'll be when I walk across that Gator Bowl, woo, looking as only I can look. The most difficult decision in my mind is going to be which girl of the 40,000 there am I going to run over to the Holiday Inn after I humiliate you and beat you right in the middle of the ring in Jacksonville, Florida. You see, Jim Cornette, they're throwing, as the whole world knows, the 14 bested me. And now, Dusty Rhodes, the road looks a lot better because I've been through 4 of them now, going to be through 5 of them. I am Ric Flair. I am the greatest of all time. I am the world's heavyweight wrestling champion. And Dusty Rhodes, more than anything else, I want to hear it from your own lips. When it's all over, August 2nd, I want Dusty Rhodes to stand on national television and say, yes, Ric Flair is the greatest world champion, woo, of all time. Woo!
Ole and Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, James J. Dillon, Nature Boy, Ric Flair. And you know, guys, I was just thinking, how awesome would it be if all 4 of you were in the ring at the same time? It's sort of an 8-man tag team type of thing, huh?
Well, I tell you what, they'd have to put up some pretty heavy money because I can't imagine 4 people getting in the ring against the 4 horse. I can't imagine 8 guys getting in against us. I can't imagine anybody in their right mind getting in against us. But I can't imagine this. I can imagine that sometime during '86, Dusty Rhodes is going to take his tights, all of his wrestling gear, and put it outside the door of one of these buildings around the country with a sign on it that says, I quit. Rhodes, one way or another, we're going to get rid of you, and it's going to take place this year. Mark on it.
You know, guys, being part of the 4 Horsemen, everywhere you go, all over the country, the people say, the Horsemen are coming, and all the women go crazy. But you know, you start talking about the people we've done in. You go talk to Dusty Rhodes and ask him about his leg. You go ask Ronnie Garvin about his hand. You go ask the Road Warriors who dropped him right on top of their heads and left them laying. And the list goes on. So what 4 men are capable of getting in the ring with the 4 Horsemen? Huh? You answer me that.
What do you think, Arn?
Cornette, when these bashes started, I told you, we had the gold to begin with. When the bashes are over, we will continue to have it. Gentlemen, anybody out there watching, we're a unit. The 4 Horsemen are not 4 individuals. And last but not least, I don't want to say I told you so. I don't want to blow our own horn, but toot, toot. We are still recipients and owners of all the trophies. We make it happen in professional wrestling. Tell them, champ.
You see, Jim Cornette, in the case of the 4 Horsemen, you have got brains, you have got wealth, you have a tremendous amount of brawn, and ladies, let me assure you, there's not a gelding in the bunch. We are the studs in professional wrestling. We are the men that get it done. And we tell you we're going to be somewhere and we're going to beat somebody up, then you know what? Put it in the bank, because we'll be there and we're going to beat somebody up. Woo!
Let's go back to the ring. In the ring right now, the Russians, Ivan and Nikita Koloff, and Ivan has the test of Rocky King across the ring from him, Tony Schiavone. And as you can see, the Russians, always a lot of togetherness from family.
You know, Jim, I think we need to mention right here on today's program, we have an exciting program because Your World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express, will defend those titles against the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors. That is right here today. You got to be really concerned about that match.
That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm not concerned about it. I'm looking forward to it. The chance to destroy the myth of the Road Warriors right here on national television, where everybody can see that they can't beat the World Tag Team Champions, the Midnight Express. And right now, Ivan Koloff locks up with Rocky King, and Rocky King is paying the price. He's a talented young athlete, but he doesn't have anywhere near Ivan Koloff's experience. He doesn't have anywhere near the mean streak that Ivan Koloff possesses, and that's going to tell the tale in this match. No matter how many people in this huge crowd that there are screaming USA, USA, the fact of the matter is Ivan Koloff stands up for his beliefs, and Ivan Koloff is a heck of a wrestler.
Well, they at one time were, at least Ivan and Nikita, along with Crusher Khrushchev, part of the world's 6-man tag team champions.
And they will be. A beautiful crossbody by Rocky King. He caught Ivan a little bit by surprise, and Ivan now he needs to turn around because King's right behind him. A punch to the kidneys and clubbing him with the forearms across the back. Sends him into the turnbuckles, and he's got to keep following up that advantage on Ivan Koloff because Ivan can surprise you too. A sleeper hold.
Sleeper hold by Rocky King. And that is applied at the correct point, but Ivan close enough to the ropes.
Ivan managed to get out of that by throwing him through the ropes. They were close enough, and now Ivan rams his head right into the steel guardrail around the ring. And Rocky King has got to be sorry that he ever got in the ring along about this point with Ivan Koloff.
Tommy Young giving a warning now to the Russian Bear.
Referee Tommy Young, the Pee Wee Herman of professional wrestling. He's trying to keep order, but with Ivan Koloff in the ring, it's not that easy. Rocky, he's still trying. A sunset flip in over the top rope, a quick move, but he only gets the 1 count.
Only a 1 count that time. Also today on our program, Tully Blanchard defends the national title against Chief Wahoo McDaniel. Boy, this is going to be a great program here today.
That's why there's so many people in the arena right now watching it, Tony Schiavone, because it's one of the best cards that I've seen in quite some time. A lot of championships at stake, a lot of reputations at stake on tonight's card.
And a gigantic bunkhouse match. And all the fans, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, will remember for a long time.
Ivan's got Rocky King right now in a position where he wants him first. He put that hand around the throat and forced him backwards, and now 2 leg drops right across the neck. Rocky's wind has to be cut off. His throat has to be bruised. He's probably not breathing as well as he was a couple of minutes ago. He's still fighting. I'll give the kid that. He is a fighter. But I think now Ivan has him weakened. A headbutt from Rocky King, but he only barely got a 2 count, and Ivan's coming right back up.
King still with the offense now. Drop kick. Right on.
Rocky got him with a drop kick. Still only a 2 count. It takes an awful lot to put the Russian Bear down, I'll tell you that.
Well, that's obvious. We've known that for years, and this is just an example of that.
Well, I thought I'd tell you again, Tony, because some of the things that you would think are obvious, you don't necessarily know.
The Russian Bear now. Out of the ring goes Rocky King. There's Nikita Koloff left of your screen. He has that chain with him.
Now, Nikita would never stoop to anything so low as to interfering behind the referee's back, Tony.
Okay,
Rocky King's at a disadvantage right now anyway. Nikita doesn't have to do a thing.
You're right, he doesn't have to do a thing, but...
Now you see what happened there.
Tell me what happened there.
Okay, what happened is it's not air conditioned in this arena, and a fly came in through an open door. It was a mosquito, a fly, some insect, some gnat, something like that, and it landed on Rocky King's back, and Nikita was just brushed off before it bit the man. I think he's allergic. See, that's what the problem was. Ivan Koloff continues his attack. He's working on Rocky King now. He's got him exactly where he wants him, and Rocky, he showed a lot of promise earlier in the match. I'll give him that. But the fact of the matter is, over the long haul, Ivan's experience, his conditioning played a part. He's up on the ropes now. And a high-risk move, and Rocky King got out of the way, Tony. He could have a second life.
Ivan Koloff had a lot of problem now with that leg. Rocky King, a fine athlete and a guy who's really worked hard in this sport to be where he is.
But now look at that. He's asking the crowd what he ought to do. He's wanting to please the crowd instead of beat his opponent, and that was his fatal mistake. And now he's throwing punches when he should be working on the knee that Ivan just injured. A backdrop. That's attacking the back. That's not going to do any good. Go back to the leg, Rocky. go back to the knee, you goof.
Well, I'd have to agree with you right there. He does need to go to that leg.
That is where the lack of experience comes in. He managed to give Ivan enough of a break off that injured knee. Ivan reversed the turnbuckle, now sends the weight of his body across Rocky's back, forced his throat into the rope. And that's it for Rocky King. Maybe another day, but not today.
The winner of the match, the Russian Bear, Ivan Koloff.
This is Waylon Jennings, and I'm looking forward to being a part of the Great American Bash '86 this summer. It'll be the best in family entertainment.
The Great American Bash 86 in full swing, and as you heard, we talked to Jimmy Crockett earlier, another ball-headed geek. But before we talk about that, let us tell you 7 dates remain in the Great American Bash. Tonight in Jacksonville at the Gator Bowl. Also in Richmond, Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia, Johnson City, Tennessee, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Greensboro, North Carolina, and all ending up on August 2nd, Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, the Great American Bash. Still in full swing, summertime family entertainment. Now, another ball-headed geek, Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant, has always said someone's going to lose their hair. Relive with us a part of the Great American Bash just recently where someone else became a ball-headed geek. Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant going up against Shotska. Baron Von Raschke coming in. Now the Raging Bull comes in. Shotska, this is a hair versus hair match. Loser has his head shaved. Paul Jones left to your screen. Jimmy Valiant, during all of this, finds that loaded glove. Shotska was not aware of it, and there it goes. 1, 2, 3. Now, pandemonium right now, as you can see it here, because it's hair versus hair. Going to have the official ring announcement in just a second. Obvious, there's Ron Garvin in there. Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express. And off comes the wig of Shotska. Shaving the top of the head and shaving all the hair off the top of the head. Now, you can imagine at this time, Paul Jones and Baron Von Raschke were trying to get in to help out a member of their army. But Jimmy Valiant's friends were in there at that time to make sure they were away from what was going on. Jimmy Valiant, in his quest to remove the hair of the Paul Jones Army. There you see Denny Brown, Nelson Royal keeping the Baron and Paul Jones out.
Fans, Jimmy Valiant has won the match, and Shotska is having his head shaved.
There's the official ring announcement, and there it is right there. Shotska, shaved bald, in the ring at the hands of the boogeyman, Jimmy Valiant. Certainly a night and a part of the Great American Bash that fans all across the country will never forget. Jimmy Valiant, who said right there, Paul Jones, you're next, and signed for the Greensboro Coliseum, part of the Great American Bash. Paul Jones will put his hair up against Jimmy the Boogie Woogie Man Valiant. Let's bring in Magnum TA right now. Magnum, some people would say you're in a hole right now, the best of 7 series for that U.S. heavyweight title during the Great American Bash.
Well, obviously, Nikita Koloff has kept good his promise. He's done a whole lot of damage to me. There's not anything left to yell and scream about because my insides are so busted up that I don't feel like yelling and screaming anymore. But I like insurmountable odds. I like people to tell me that I can't do something, that there's something that I can't accomplish. Because Nikita is a whole long way before this thing will be over. You and I have met. You've caused me a whole lot of pain. Pain to me is inspirational. But let's find out what happens when it gets turned around. When you're begging for that next breath of air. When you don't know which way to turn. I'm coming back. You try to stop me, I wouldn't expect anything else, but you're not going to do it. The bashes are still going on, and until you put me down for the 4 matches, the belt's going to come back to me. I'll take you any way I can right here in the bash.
Let's go to the ring. In the ring, the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion on the right, Black Bart, going up against the man with the hands of stone, Ron Garvin, in our special edition of World Championship Wrestling. Coming to you from the state capital of North Carolina, Raleigh. And next week, another special edition of World Championship Wrestling, coming to you from the state capital of South Carolina, Columbia.
I didn't know South Carolina had a state capital.
Where did you go anyway?
Tony, I went to get a drink of water, and I had a phone call from my mother in the back. I had to answer. It was a very important message that she'd left for me. Did I miss anything?
We had our Great American Bash update, which I expect you to help me on. We showed Shaska getting shaved, and then we had Magnum TA come out and talk with us.
Oh, so I didn't miss anything. Okay, that's fine. Right now, I knew I didn't want to miss this. Black Bart, the Mid-Atlantic Heavyweight Champion, Ronnie Garvin, the man with the hands of stone, and you got to give him credit. He is one of the toughest men in professional wrestling today. And right here in the state capital of North Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, you can see the arena's packed. If there was ever a proof positive of the term hanging off the rafters, it's in here tonight, and everybody has come to see this match among many others, all the top competitive matches on the card tonight. And Black Bart has a point to prove with Ronnie Garvin. They're trying to decide, you know, Black Bart, being from Texas, he's got a natural inbred instinct toward being tough. He wants to be recognized as the toughest guy around. And Ronnie Garvin is a threat to that reputation, because a lot of people think that Ronnie Garvin is tougher, can absorb more punishment than maybe anybody in professional wrestling. So now we've got a little pride involved in this match, as well as any monetary financial gains, any kind of titles. We got pride, which is always one of the driving factors anywhere, anytime you get in any kind of professional sport. And Ronnie Garvin right now with a flurry. Black Bart heading back into the corner. Ronnie Garvin with a flurry of chops, a big right hand to the head, a headbutt, and Bart's flat on his back.
The key to winning a match with this big man is to take him off his feet, and Garvin has done that very quickly.
And it's not an easy thing to do. 6 feet 4 inches, 310 pounds, Black Bart. And now he's right back on Garvin. He's not giving him time to breathe. He's got the arm wrapped around the top rope. He's using those side headbutts into the shoulder, maybe trying to dislocate the shoulder. Still got the arm wrapped around that top rope, now working on the elbow joint. He's trying to incapacitate Ronnie Garvin's arm, maybe so he can't throw some of those chops or some of those punches that he's famous for.
Headbutt to that left arm. Boy, these two men, Bart and Garvin, have certainly done battle. Once when Garvin had that national title and Bart won that from him in a loser-leave-town situation.
And right now you see Ronnie Garvin's right hand, one of those hands of stone that he's so famous for that he throws that knockout punch with. Bart's got it on top of the turnbuckle. He's dropping the point of that elbow straight across the flat of the back of the hand. If Ronnie Garvin's hand gets injured well enough, he's not going to be able to throw that punch. He's not going to be able to throw a chop. And that's two of his most effective weapons taken straight away from him.
All right, as part of the Great American Bash fans, you know there's taped this match between Ron Garvin and Tully Blanchard.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tully had maybe buzzed Black Bart a little bit before this match. Hey, work on the hand, because that would be an advantage, and Tully Blanchard is not above taking every advantage that he can get in a match with one of the top competitors in the country today. But Ronnie Garvin now coming back with headbutts. The man uses his whole body as a weapon. Drops a big elbow across Bart's chest, the cover, but he only gets the 2 count, because you got to do a lot more than that to Black Bart to get the pin. Now Garvin, you see, he's showing the effects of the punishment that Bart had been dishing out. He's got Bart in that front face lock, and he's got him down on the mat. He's trying to cut Bart's wind off while maybe saving some of his, getting some of his own breath back.
Garvin could go behind there. Obviously, gives away a lot of weight when he goes up against Bart. But Ron Garvin, a master at making you scream and just knowing where to apply the punishment. And he's doing it right there. I think all the fans here in Raleigh could hear the cry of pain. Yes. Okay, fans, this match is going on. If the match would happen to end anytime soon, we would show you what happened on instant replay. If not, we'll continue with this match right after this timeout.
We're back on World Championship Wrestling, and Black Bart has been taking it during the break to Ronnie Garvin all the way through. Garvin just tried to mount a comeback, but when he got to the turnbuckles, Black Bart wasn't there. He moved out of the way, and now Garvin's in a bad, bad spot. Hung upside down. The referee, Tommy Young, just got him loose, and now Bart's pouring it on. He's putting that steam on because he knows that he's got Garvin in a vulnerable position, Tony.
Bart, the Mid-Atlantic champion, making an appearance here on World Championship Wrestling.
Grabs him by the hair, slams his forehead into the mat. And everybody wonders a lot of times what those wrestling rings are made out of. That's nothing but a wood floor with a little bit of carpeting on it, and that canvas, it's not very soft, and when you get your head run into it, you definitely know what's happened to you. Black Bart now, he's attempting a pin. He's trying real hard to hustle up and get that victory before Garvin has a chance to recover.
Now down at ringside, as you see in the background there, Tully Blanchard and James J. Dillon.
Our buddies, James J. and Tully down there at ringside, and look at that. Garvin, he almost had that 3 count, but Bart was accidentally hung up in the ropes. He was accidentally hung up in the ropes, and the referee's not going to allow the pin. Bart's back on top of Garvin, firing away with those big broad arms across the chest. Look at Garvin's expression. He's trying to find a place that he can go, trying to find some way to get out from under there, but Bart's pouring it on, right to the head. Garvin can't even put his guard up. He's reeling all the way across the ring, Tony. This could be it. And you know what it is? It's because Tully Blanchard and James J. Dillon are at ringside. They've bluffed him. A psychological advantage. He looked at them, paid too much attention to them, and now Black Bart's making him pay the price. A desperation headbutt, but Bart's still on his feet.
Well, it's not beneath Tully and JJ to get involved in the match, not only psychologically, but physically.
They're just there to watch. Now Bart made a mistake. He rushed into the corner. Garvin caught him with the knee. His feet are on the ropes. His feet were on the ropes.
The winner, Ron Garvin, the man with the head and stone. Now Tully and JJ both claiming their feet were on the ropes.
Well, they were on the ropes. They're not claiming anything. This is one of the biggest rip-offs I've ever seen on World Championship Wrestling. Ronnie Garvin pinned Black Bart with both of his feet, not only out through the ropes, but his shoes were in the parking lot.
Tommy Young has made his final decision, the winner of the match. The man with the hands of stone, Ron Garvin. Really a tough match on both men's part.
Have we got a replay on that?
Back on the Superstation, WTBS and World Championship Wrestling. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes and Baby Doll. Florida's favorite son comes home tonight after that World Heavyweight title at the Gator Bowl.
How come every time we come out here, Jim's gonna excuse himself from the premises? That's a fact, Jack. All Dusty Rhodes' attention now turns to the World's Heavyweight title. I ain't putting out nobody that's went against the Nature Boy Ric Flair for this whole year, let's say. But Ric Flair, you've been lucky. You went on skill, you went on agility, you went on that fire burning inside of you, now you're lucky. And on any given night, maybe tonight, Atlanta, Georgia, August the 2nd, Fulton County Stadium, maybe the end to Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the 2th high-paid athlete in this country today, bar none. Bar none. Gonna do it to it. Dusty Rhodes, 2 times World Heavyweight Champion, Nature Boy Ric Flair, the plumber son from Austin, Texas. I might not look like a normal athlete's supposed to look. I might not can run 100 miles without taking a deep breath. I might not be able to leap a tall building at a single bound, but I have held the World's Heavyweight title 2 times, not once. So you got to go to bed with them other things on your mind and clear it up, because about 4 o'clock in the morning you start thinking about Dusty Rhodes, and it lasts all day long. And Ole Anderson, I'm tired of you coming out here and saying in 1986, Dusty Rhodes gonna pack up his gear, throw his wrestling gear away, and put it aside. Let me tell you something, old man. I'm here for you. Jump on it and see how tough you really are.
Let's go to the ring, fans. World Championship Wrestling continues with T.J. Khan going up against Mark Fleming.
Hey, Tony, I'm back.
I know you're back.
Did I miss anything?
Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and Baby Doll were out here, and the first things out of their mouth, where did Jim Cornette and Bubba go?
You mean to tell me Dusty and Baby Doll were out here?
That's right.
Well, I wouldn't have gone to wash my hands if I'd have known they were going to come out. I'd have stayed here and I'd have slapped her in the face and I'd have beat him up.
You really mean that?
Yeah, I didn't know they were going. Why didn't you get a more up-to-date format? I didn't know they were going to come out here. Well, don't worry about it. We got a match in the ring right now in World Championship Wrestling. T.J. Khan, a member of Paul Jones's Army, going up against Virginia's own Mark Fleming. And I think T.J., he's come along quite well since joining the Army. Paul Jones has been training him, been working out with him, been teaching him a lot of things, giving him the benefit of his years of experience in professional wrestling. And T.J.'s looking like a real first-class athlete these days.
You know, speaking of T.J. Khan and Paul Jones's Army, T.J. a little bit short on hair up top there, and of course,
why don't you just go ahead and defend a man's right to wear a hairstyle any way he sees fit, huh?
I have no problem with the way he wants to wear his hairstyle, but I was alluding to the fact that Paul Jones now is another member of the Army with a little bit of a bald head, and that is Shaska. We all saw that moments ago.
Yeah, and we all saw that Shaska was ripped off, just like everybody tries to take advantage of me and the Midnight Express. Everybody is jealous of Paul Jones and the Army, their great success. They ripped Shaska off, but he's going to get revenge. And before the American bashes are over, like I've said before, and I'm going to say it again because Paul Jones told me, and he always tells me the truth, Jimmy Valiant is going to be a bald-headed geek one way or the other, and he will never touch one hair on Paul Jones, the General's head.
Well, that's coming up. Paul Jones going to put up his hair against Jimmy Valiant. And maybe that picture we have been seeing here on World Championship Wrestling so many times, that picture of Paul Jones with the bald head will come true.
No, not in this great American Bash, not in the great year 1986, maybe in 1995. Maybe by then Jimmy Valiant might have found somebody capable of doing a job to Paul Jones, but not in 1986. The end of the great American Bashes is going to see Jimmy Valiant running around here looking like a peeled onion.
T.J. Khan, the great athlete from Singapore.
Look at T.J. He's putting the pressure on Mark Fleming right now. He's maybe not got the most finesse of any professional wrestler you've ever seen, but he goes out there and gets the job done. And speaking of no finesse, I'm still waiting for the Road Warriors later on in the program. World Tag Team Championship with my Midnight Express. I'm anxious about it because, you know, the Road Warriors, they're Baby Doll's friends. You know that.
Right.
Just like the Rock and Roll Express and Dusty Rhodes and Magnum TA. And this year at the Great American Bash, they're trying to help her get me any way they can, by hook or by crook, but they're not going to do it. As you can see, I'm still standing here. Nothing has happened to me yet. No harm has come to me yet, and it won't. There's still some bashes left to go, but by that time, I'm going to get Baby Doll, and I'm going to make good on all those promises I've made, regardless of what all our friends have to say about it. Matter of fact, we might get rid of the Road Warriors tonight.
I'm certain if there's a way to do it, you'll certainly try.
Well, there's a way, and I'm going to do it.
Still coming up today on World Championship Wrestling, as you heard. World Tag Team title match, Midnight Express against the Road Warriors. Tully Blanchard defends the national title against Wahoo McDaniel. We'll also show a great bunkhouse match coming up as the Rock and Roll Express will team up with Dusty Rhodes to take on Ric Flair, Ole, and Arn Anderson.
It just crosses my mind, what would the Rock and Roll Express wear in a bunkhouse match, huh? Reeboks and Izods?
I'm sure they would wear the blue jeans and the big leather belts. And
yeah, they couldn't even tote a big leather belt, much less put it on. The real men in that case are not the Rock and Roll Express, and I think we're going to find out that maybe the Rock and Roll just shouldn't get in those bunkhouse. Maybe they ought to get in a disco match, huh? Or a nightclub match or something like that, or a hair salon match. That's more their speed. And look at T.J. Khan. He's putting the pressure. He's about to chop Mark Fleming's ear off right there. Fleming is just at a loss at exactly what method to take to attack T.J. Khan at this particular time, and he tosses him out of the ring like a piece of garbage.
Fleming down on the floor, as you can see at ringside. trying to get back in as Khan is just really taking the punishment right to him.
Throwing the man out of the ring has advantages and disadvantages. If you throw him out the right way, he's going to hit that floor. He might not even be able to get back in the ring. If he's able to catch a rope, catch an apron, somehow break his fall, then that's going to give him a few seconds out there on the floor to play possum and get his breath back. So you take a little risk when you throw a man out of the ring, but if you do hurt him where he can't get back in, you've got the victory wrapped up. If you give him the time to take a breath, you could maybe lose the match over it. But it looks like Tijo is still in control, still in command of the match. He gives Mark Fleming a big slam, and that's got to make the back a little worse for wear. He's going for a pin now, but the referee was out of position, wasn't down there fast enough to make the count. He was down for a 2 count before the referee even started.
Fleming trying to come back now. A couple of right hands to the midsection. Elbow. Fleming right on target with that one.
A good elbow. He shook Tijo up, but he's got to stay on the attack. He tried for a slam, and Tijo hooked him, shifted that weight. Now he's got him in a front face lock.
You're right by saying Tijo Khan has really come a long way.
Look how broad that back is, Tony. Switches over to a beautiful hip toss. Now he's once again in control of Mark Fleming. Goes for the knee lift, right to the jaw. Fleming trying to shake it off, trying to get back up, but Tijo sees the opportunity, goes down. There's a perfectly legal cover right there.
I think we could all see how legal that cover was, Jimmy.
Well, that's why I just pointed it out, because, you know, some people may not have noticed it.
Khan now. Paul Jones not here at ringside with Tijo Khan. I'm sure Paul is still reeling, still very disturbed about what happened.
Well, I think he'd be happy if you didn't speak for him, Tony Schiavone. Paul Jones is probably taking care of business matters somewhere else. But as you see, Tijo, a beautiful turnaround power slam, has the situation well in hand, and a victory for Tijo Khan.
Winner of the match, Tijo Khan, looking very unhappy, and there's reasons why. Okay, fans, later on in the show on World Championship Wrestling, you will see for the World Tag Team title, the Road Warriors against the champions Midnight Express with Jim Cornette. And you mentioned the Road Warriors, good friends of Baby Doll.
Yeah, I mentioned the Road Warriors, good friends of Baby Dolls. And Baby Doll, you're trying to get all these friends of yours to get rid of me one way or another, because you know I'm steaming down on you. You know I'm coming after you. And you know before the Great American Bash in July 1986 is over, maybe ending up on August the 2nd in Atlanta, Georgia, you know that I'm going to have your number. You know that I'm going to make good on all the promises that I made, and I'm going to get rid of you and get you out of professional wrestling. That's why you got the Road Warriors going after my champions at Midnight Express tonight, trying to take away their titles, trying to embarrass me, maybe try to get to me physically. You got the Rock and Roll Express waiting in the background. You got Dusty Rhodes, your American Dream, and your America's Heartthrob Magnum TA. You got them waiting, and this big goofy warlord with the butchered up haircut. Well, let me tell you something, darling. I got the indestructible Bubba Rogers, my personal bodyguard, standing right behind me at all times. He don't go anywhere without me, and I don't go anywhere without him. And he's taking real good care of me all during Bash season, so nothing happens to me, so that I can get in the ring and beat your brains out. And the Midnight Express, my World Tag Team Champions, they're not going to lose those belts to the Road Warriors. They're not going to lose those belts to anybody. They're going to be champions from now until doomsday, until the crack of doom when we decide to retire, and there's nothing that you or your dummy friends can do about it. And they're going to be my partners in those matches, Baby Doll, so they're going to make sure that whoever you have teamed up with you, whatever kind of degenerates that you have in the ring with you, they're not going to get to me. They're going to take care of all your friends, so that I will finally be able to put my tights on and you put your tights on, and we'll meet in the center of that ring, and we're going to find out just who's the better man. Or excuse me, I should say we're going to find out that I'm the better man and you are nothing but a mere woman at the Great American Bash. Before it's over, Baby Doll, you're going to be mine.
Back with you, fans, our World Championship Wrestling, bringing in the Rock and Roll Express. Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton. Not only are there 7 bashes yet to go, still to come in August, the Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzler Tour.
That's right, Tony. You know, the bashes are getting hot. You know, coming up in Fayetteville. Ric Flair, you got to face me right there, Sonny boy. Right there, Tony. You might not be the world's heavyweight champion. Then we got Baby Doll. She's going to team up with the Rock and Roll Express, and we're going to derail the Midnight Express. And Jimmy Cornette, Baby Doll's got a lot to pay back to you, baby.
That's right, Tony. Right when we're stuck right in the middle of the thick of things. Right in the middle of the bash is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the Rock and Roll Express. And when it ends up in Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta, that's when the Rock and Roll Express Super Summer Sizzling Tour is begins. And brother, I'm telling you, Robert, we're gonna have ourselves a good time right now during the bashes and when it's over. All summer long, baby. So be ready and hold on tight because things are exploding like dynamite. Now let me tell you something, Tony. Mr. Flair has found out that the Rock and Roll Express is just as much man as you are, Mr. Flair, and you know that deep in your heart. No matter what your words might say, you know that we're just as tough as you are. In the Midnight Express, Robert, like you said earlier, with Baby Da.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Jimmy Cornette, your mouth has wrote a check that the Midnight Express, and Big Bubba can't cash. So you be ready, brother, right here. We're gonna come to get down with the Andersons. We don't care who it is. Like I said before, when you speak of the best, you speak of the Rock and Roll Express, and all these nice people are right here behind us. Woo!
Let's go to the ring, fans. This match is for the National Heavyweight title. Chief Wahoo McDaniel, the challenger, and there's the champion, Tully Blanchard, along, of course, with James J. Dillon. World Championship Wrestling and a National Heavyweight title match here today. Good to have you with us. Jim Cornette, my special guest host, has mysteriously disappeared again. You know, it wasn't too long ago when Wahoo McDaniel and Tully Blanchard called themselves the Awesome Twosome. And now doing battle in the ring against each other.
Hey, Tony, I'm back.
Hey, Jim.
Did I miss anything?
Yeah, we talked to Ricky and Robert, the Rock and Roll Express.
Golly, gee, man, why don't you tell me when those guys are going to come out here and I would be here? I had a very important thing to do just in the back just now. And
You did?
Yes. And I just couldn't make it out here in time.
Drop for Wahoo. Right on the chest of Blanchard. Both men, McDaniel and Blanchard, have been champions for so long.
And now you can see Tully out there to take a word of advice from James J. Dillon. They're trying to figure out a method of attack on Wahoo McDaniel, the Big Chief. This guy has got to have set Indian relations back 500 years.
Yeah, but a 10-year veteran of the NFL and certainly the greatest Indian wrestler of all time.
Well, that's like being the nicest guy in prison, Tony. The greatest Indian wrestler of all time. Name 3. Never mind, just look at this. Wahoo McDaniel once again with those chops.
Okay, this is World Championship Wrestling. National Heavyweight title match, Tully Blanchard against Chief Wahoo McDaniel. And we're going to have more right after the station ID. And we'll be back with more of World Championship Wrestling. Don't go away.
I can't wait.
All right, back on World Championship Wrestling. Here's truly Tony Schiavone, along with our special guest commentator, the manager of the World Tag Team Champions, Jim Cornette.
You know, I'm sorry, Tony, that I wasn't here a minute ago. I was all tied up. As a matter of fact, I'm still tied up a little bit, but I'm trying to do as best I can because I know you needed the help out here.
Still to come on this program, the World Tag Team title match. But right now, we're taking a look at two great athletes. Blanchard, such a veteran.
Now you see, there's JJ. JJ can sit back, he can watch in the corner, he can figure out what Wahoo's doing wrong and what Wahoo's doing right, and tell Tully some kind of method of attack for the thing, because Tully being in the ring now, sometimes you're too close to the situation. You need a good man on the outside to observe the overall picture and give you a few ideas. That's where J.J. Dillon comes into play, and he does his job admirably. And now Tully immediately back in the ring with a great deal of success on Wahoo McDaniel. Maybe whatever J.J. said played a key part in that.
Blanchard, foot to the midsection, a series of kicks to the midsection. McDaniel trying to come out. Yes, a great takedown.
All right, so the Indian, he can still move around, and Tully, maybe he shouldn't have matched strength with Wahoo right there with that finger lock, because Wahoo, after all, does have a lot of size on him. Tully should stick to quickness, to moving around a little bit, trying to maneuver Wahoo, wear him down, take his breath away. An attack of that nature, because strength to strength, Wahoo would probably have the edge. Now Wahoo working on the wrist. He's got the elbow joint bent backwards over his knee the wrong way.
Hey, he's out again.
One thing that some people may think is a weak point of Wahoo, but in many ways it's a strong point. That's his temper. Jim Cornette, I know you know that he has a great temper.
Yeah, Wahoo, well, of course, all Indians, right? Wacky, crazy Indians. He don't know what he wants to do. He don't know who his friends are. He don't know what he wants to do in the ring. You never can tell. He's unpredictable. But there is one thing, he's tough. You can look at that face, you can look at that whole body and tell that he's been hit a few times and he's tough. But the fact of the matter is, Tully Blanchard may have his number here in this match because Tully is the type of wrestler to wait until somebody makes a mistake and capitalize on it. And Wahoo, when he loses that temper, he may be prone to just going off the deep end and forgetting about what he's doing, forget about his game plan, and that's where Tully and JJ can both team up and take advantage of it.
There's absolutely no way Blanchard's going to get the advantage on Wahoo, staying in target range of those big chops, and McDaniel has just really caved his
He's wearing
chest
the
in.
man's hand out, Tony. That's what he's doing. Tully's no fool. It may appear right now that he's doing a dumb thing, staying in there in the range of the chops, but he's secretly wearing the man down.
McDaniel continues to punish the champion in the corner right here on World Championship Wrestling, this title match for the national title.
And that's another key factor, Tony. You can bet that when the national heavyweight title is on the line, that Tully Blanchard's going to be at his best, that James J. Dillon is not going to let anything happen to his man. The national heavyweight championship is very prestigious, especially to Tully Blanchard. It's an important part of him. Do you agree?
I would agree, but look at
Well, then say so.
that knee.
Which knee? There's 4 of them in the ring. 6 counting the referees.
Right to the head of McDaniel, and they got Blanchard with the advantage.
And now you see, and Wahoo, he's been going full bore at Tully, and now he's blowed up. He can't hardly even get up off the mat, and now Tully, his superior conditioning, his superior stamina is going to play a part because he's got Wahoo on the run now. He's got him hanging on the ropes back in the corner. He's attacking the midsection so the man can't breathe. As everybody says, at least all athletes and all people involved with professional sports, oxygen is an athlete's gasoline. You take that away from him, and the car ain't going anywhere.
No doubt about it, Blanchard has the advantage. Trying for a pin. Only got 2, and McDaniel was up.
Tully's trying his best to force those shoulders down. It's hot in the arena tonight. They've been going at a pretty good pace, and that's got to take a bit of a factor in the match as well because they're losing a lot of energy from all that perspiration. They can't maybe breathe as good as they could because of the heat. Look, you can see even the referee's worn out. It's been a grueling match. It's taken its toll on both men, and right now Tully's trying to force those shoulders down. Wahoo's trying to get up, and they're at a standstill. Both of them perpendicular to the mat.
Blanchard, the first man up.
Drives the knee in the back of the Chief. The Chief's not getting up as quick as he used to. Is Tully trying for a slingshot? He's not close enough to the ropes.
No, he's not close enough to the ropes, and he can't get the big Indian. Wahoo McDaniel countered with a suplex of his own.
And that was a quick snapping suplex that sent Tully crashing into the mat with a lot of force, and now Wahoo drops with a chop across the upper frontal lobe of Tully Blanchard.
McDaniel now standing in the ring as Blanchard goes down to the floor.
And that right there is what's known as strategic maneuvering. That's not running, that's not cowardice, that's strategic maneuvering. It's a well-known fact that your opponent can't attack you outside the ring within the rules of professional wrestling, so he rolled out just to take a breather. Now, if Wahoo was smart, he'd be backing up to a neutral corner so the referee could make a count, but no, he's got to be a big man and try to go after Tully Blanchard outside the ring where it's illegal. And Tully's just now running him out. Look at that.
Blanchard, what
He ducked around that ring post and he caught Wahoo coming around here, and now he's hammering the Redskin.
That was right to the post. That was a fine move as you'll find. Blanchard running away and then all of a sudden turned on Wahoo. And Wahoo's in a lot of trouble after being hit right upside the iron post.
He was run straight into that ring post, and that ring post is very unforgiving. It's not going to move. It's not going to budge an inch because that ring probably weighs a ton. So what happens when flesh meets steel? The flesh suffers for it. And now Tully Blanchard once again with a definite advantage on the Chief. And I don't even think the Chief Wahoo McDaniel, as tough as he is, can run his head into an iron ring post and not be scathed by it somewhat.
Blanchard, feet on the ropes. As you can see, left to your screen.
He was just there. He was accidentally in the ropes, but you see he moved his feet. All these stooges in the audience were yelling and screaming like they were pointing out that he was doing something on purpose. He wasn't. He was in the ropes by accident.
Okay.
He's just putting some leverage, some pressure on Chief Wahoo McDaniel.
McDaniel in the ropes, calling for the break, and Blanchard comes right back with an elbow. World Championship Wrestling, and a match for the national title right here. Still to come, World Tag Team title match in a gigantic six-man bunkhouse. 3 of the 4 horsemen against the Rock and Roll Expression, Dusty Rhodes.
And Tully, as they say, went to the well once too often. He tried too many of those elbow drops. The Chief was smart enough, or maybe just lucky enough, to move out of the way. And now, a big chop from Wahoo McDaniel. Cut him down.
This could be it. Oh, Blanchard kicked out.
Tully's fighting for his title. That's a national heavyweight championship. It's on the line. Now Tully trying to get over to get a word from JJ. He's in the ropes. Wahoo McDaniel should be breaking the hold, as you see JJ whispering in his ear, giving him a little bit of advice.
The ability of Blanchard to bounce back after taking punishment. We've seen it so many times, and really evident here tonight.
Wahoo's laying into him. A big chop. How much longer can he last? And you see there, Tully put his foot right on the rope. That necessitates an automatic break.
Look at Dylan.
Now he's pulling his socks up.
No, he's got
Let's talk about the match.
He is giving something to
Now
Blanchard.
Tully Blanchard getting up.
You can see
and
the right hand.
boom! A big right hand. I think it was an open-handed slap on Chief Wahoo McDaniel, and he's got the what? What's Ronnie Garvin doing in there?
There was something in that right hand. It's now down in the trucks. He's reaching for it again. Dylan's trying to move.
Oh, you guys! Some fan threw an object in the ring, Tony, and they were trying to get it out of there before somebody got hurt. The referee and his stupidity believes Ronnie Garvin. He declared the Wahoo the winner.
Tully Blanchard will be disqualified. And now Ron Garvin, how's Dylan? Right hand to the head.
Now this is what I've been waiting to see all along, the slingshot on Ronnie Garvin right there. And that's exactly what's going to happen to Ronnie Garvin. Every time he meets Tully Blanchard, he's going to end up flat on his back.
The winner of this match will be Chief Wahoo McDaniel by disqualification because of the foreign object. And Tully Blanchard will still retain the national heavyweight title. Great match. Dylan clinging to that belt.
I'm here now with the Russians, Ivan and Nikita Koloff. And Nikita, you got a lot of things on your mind, and the United States title is foremost.
I hear Magathie, and he come on, talk about how bad Nikita hurt him. Well, Magathie, you know hurt bad yet. When it's all over, going to be many wrestlers going to carry you from ring. No 2, no 3, no 4, many going to carry you. And if you can, you're going to come out here front all the world and tell how Nikita not only hurt you, but how Nikita defeat you. And Nikita, superior Russian athlete, USA champion, know you Magathie and the Road Warriors. You know the last of Nikita, Uncle Ivan, and Crusher Dada.
You know, Magnum TA, if this was a horse race between you and nephew Nikita, you'd be a couple lengths behind, coughing up the dust that Nikita was leaving. But this is not a horse race. This is wrestling. And yes, your ribs are hurt. Your whole body's hurt. You feel it. But I know you're a tough American. You can take it. You're a good fighter. You're a proud American. You're one of these Americans who believe that you can get up and come up from underneath and gain victory. But no, not this time. Yes, nephew Nikita is ahead in the best of 7 series. And he is going to be United States heavyweight champion. Nothing you can do about it. And Road Warriors, Jacksonville, Florida, Gator Bowl, we're going to slap the paint off of you and send you out in the Pacific where you've been.
We'll be back on World Championship Wrestling right after this.
Back with you on World Championship Wrestling. This event, Sam Houston, the former Mid-Atlantic champion, will go up against George South. There's Sam.
And Tony, I think you're going to find that George South is more maybe than a match for Sam Houston, because George has looked real good lately. He's a young talent, but he's got a lot of moves, a lot of conditioning, a lot of quickness. And hey, Sam Houston, he's got all these people on his side. He's got all the people that like him and clap for him and cheer for him and everything. But once you get in that ring, that doesn't mean a thing. It's how good you are down deep inside and how many guts you got. That's what counts. That's why my Midnight Express has been on top for so long, because they're good and they got more guts than a medical school storage room. They want the victories that they get. That's why they go out there and they fight for it.
High backdrop, arm drag by Houston, right up with an arm.
Both these guys are quick, no question about it. And Sam Houston, he's got an exceptional amount of quickness. He's got to, because he's got to compensate for that weight that he's not carrying around yet. He's still young. He's still putting on pounds. But right now, when he goes up against guys that outweigh him by a lot, he's got to have an extra amount of speed in there to compensate.
This will be our World Championship Wrestling. Don't forget, still to come, our World Tag Team title match. As your Midnight Express, Jim Cornette, defend against the Legion of Doom.
Yeah, and I got a few surprises for the so-called unbeatable Road Warriors, the most talked about tag team. My team should be the most talked about team in the world, because they're the champions, not a couple of goofs that push barbells around and paint their faces up and wear a lot of leather and a lot of spikes. And look at George South, what did I say? He's making his moves on Sam Houston, a big slammy. There's the inexperience. Once again, we talked about inexperience earlier with Rocky King and Ivan Koloff. In this case, it was George South. He's got all the moves, but he's got to get that knowledge upstairs of when to apply them. He went for the elbow before his man was sufficiently weakened. Sam Houston played possum long enough to get him up in the air. Then he rolled out of the way. All George South's elbow got was empty mat. And now Sam Houston comes back up with the arm bar and working on that shoulder joint.
Houston looking towards the crowd. There was a point you brought out earlier about looking to the crowd for advice that you do not agree with.
Yeah, hey, if the crowd was capable of giving advice in a professional wrestling match, then they'd be down at ringside as a manager, or they'd be in the ring as wrestlers. And everybody knows that 9 out of 10 of these guys in the crowd that come to see the wrestling matches and pay to buy a ticket, I don't care whether they think they're Superman or what, if they hit the ropes about 3 times, they'd be blowed slap dab up and wheezing, saying, please get me out of here. Because it just ain't a place for an ordinary man. You got to have a special kind of conditioning. That's what these men have. So Sam Houston looking to the crowd for advice, that is a fool's errand right there. He ought to be looking to his own self down deep in his guts and in his brains for advice.
Houston behind South. South wisely goes to the ropes and got a clean break out of that. You're right about George South.
There's nothing chintzy, there's nothing cheesy about going to the ropes.
No, nothing at all.
That's a perfectly legal maneuver to get a break out of a hold.
Back to the ropes now. Let's see if we get a clean break from South. Raked him across the eye.
He did not. He broke clean. Maybe his finger happened to touch Sam in the eye on the way out. Now he puts the chop on Houston, sends him across the ring, tries for the elbow. Houston ducks the flying bulldog.
Only got a 2 count.
Boy, I thought he had him there, Tony.
I thought he did too, Jim.
A flying side bulldog. That's an excellent maneuver, especially for a guy as young as Sam Houston. He's picked up a lot of moves in his time in professional wrestling.
Now the fans are calling for another bulldog. Houston continues to hold on the arm. South goes to the hair and comes up with a head scissors.
I saw South use leverage to put Sam Houston down in the head scissors. That's exactly what I saw.
Well, that's about what Tommy Young saw, because the break remains, or the hold remains. Did not call for a break. Houston now, obviously.
Look at Houston. He's trying to get the people pumped up again. You know, a lot of people say, well, maybe when you got thousands of people screaming for you, that gives you a little boost of adrenaline. Well, if you don't already have a boost of adrenaline when you're in the wrestling ring with another professional athlete, then you ain't never going to get one.
Great move. Houston got out of it.
Houston does have a good move there, a good escape from the head scissors, but once again, he comes up with a headlock. George South picks him up, and Houston hangs on like a bulldog. But George, he waited just a couple of seconds, just long enough for Houston to think he had him down, and then he applied that head scissors again.
You were right when you said George South improving. He really is giving Houston a good match.
And you know, Tony, a lot of people say, well, I've never seen anybody submit from a head scissors. Well, that's true. You're not going to give up exclusively from a head scissors, but it's going to sap your energy, especially we were talking about a few minutes earlier, in an arena that's hot like this one, where you're already gasping for breath, where you've been wrestling a long match that cuts off that air. And Houston once again trying to use that fancy move to escape, but instead he kicks over and tries to cradle George South up, but George was ready for it and he broke the hold.
Only got a
goes
one
with
count.
a knee to the side of the head.
Only got a 1 count on the mat. Now South, this may be a mistake, letting Houston get up.
He's letting him get up just so he can shoot him in and go back to something else, and a knee to the midsection. And that puts Houston back down to the mat.
But Houston's a great athlete. You allow him to get up. He's in pain right now, and you're in trouble. 1, did not hook a leg. Only got a 2 count.
He should have hooked the leg on that, but maybe he thought that he had Sam Houston weakened enough where he could get a pin without it. That's the thing that you can't do, Tony Schiavone. You can't stand up here and wear a suit and second guess these men in the ring, because they're the ones that know what they're doing. When I stand down at the ring with my Midnight Express, I do the same thing I was pointing out that James J. Dillon does. I stand back and I look at the overall picture, and maybe I can notice something that would help my men, because they might be too close to the situation. You can't even do that, mainly because you don't know enough about wrestling.
This is not a program to tell everybody how much I or you know about wrestling.
Well, it wouldn't take a very long program to tell everybody how much you know about wrestling. But George South now, he drops a fist right into the throat of Sam Houston, right on that Adam's apple. And George is getting a little bit nasty, but he wants a victory. George right now, he's on the threshold of a career in professional wrestling. He's been working for it, he's been training for it, and a win over Sam Houston, who has got some kind of reputation behind him, he would have a reputation after that.
Houston, Bulldog! Got the Bulldog off the ropes, got the pin! Sam Houston is your winner! We have been talking about our World Tag Team title match coming up. The Midnight Express with Jim Cornette to defend against the Road Warriors. That is coming up in just a few seconds. And don't forget a gigantic bunkhouse match still to come as the Rock and Roll Express and Dusty Rhodes take on Nature Boy Ric Flair and Ole Don Anderson. Now let's go to the ring for this announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, the most awesome combination in wrestling today, the tag team champions of the world, Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
Cornette and his Midnight Express have absolutely taken an exit, and they should not feel ashamed because anybody in wrestling would when those two gigantic men go for it. There's Loverboy Dennis. Carrying the title, but he's up for grabs. And it's in it. As you can see, Cornette with his pep talk saying, don't worry about Animal, don't worry about Hawk. But you can better believe that Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby are well concerned. So's Cornette. This is the Road Warriors' chance for the title. Animal's in first. And Loverboy Dennis, here we go. You see Big Bubba and Cornette at ringside. Little bit of strategy by the Midnight. All right, headlock by Loverboy Dennis. Animal into the ropes. Wrong thing to do. Again, Animal drops down. Over top. Elbow. And Loverboy Dennis in big trouble early. I didn't mention here while he was talking with us on World Championship Wrestling that he can, as a manager, view the entire overall picture and help with strategy. And so far, we're less than 2 minutes into the match, but he's had a couple of talks already with his men. Headlock. Tackle. Animal again. Oh, that time a big drop kick. Loverboy Dennis. Words of encouragement from Cornette, to say the least, as Loverboy Dennis wanted to leave the arena.
They are stupid. They're big, dumb weightlifters. They can be outsmarted. Outrun them if you have to.
Now we see that Hawk is entered. And again, I guess as much as stalling for time as anything else. World Championship Wrestling, a World Championship match. What is this? A look at Hawk as he is not impressed at all by Loverboy Dennis. Look at that. Cornette saying something once again. Well, most of the action in this match has been from the hands of the Road Warriors. Right across the eyes again. Dennis. Okay, fans. We had to take a break, and the match would happen to end. Then we will show you the result on instant replay. If not, we'll be back right after this. So don't you go away. As still, the World Tag Team Champions having their problems with the Road Warriors. Back with the main of the match right after this. Don't go away. Jim Cornette with some words to beautiful Bobby. I don't know if we can pick up what they're saying or not, but one thing is obvious. Animal has just been standing center ring and has just been fending off any challenge by either Bobby or Dennis, so the World Tag Team Champions. World Championship Wrestling in this match for the World Tag Team title. Hawk. Beautiful Bobby. Well, a bit too smart that time. But now, Animal. Throws it back to the ring. Oh, Animal. And a gigantic clothesline, and Bobby is down. Beautiful Bobby walk head onto that clothesline. This could be the night for the Road Warriors.
You have got to exploit the Achilles heel.
Tommy Young counting now. Slowly, the World Tag Team Champions get back to the ring. Armbar. And now both of them have Hawk. Double. Clothesline by Hawk. Every offensive move the Midnight Express has tried against the Road Warriors has proven fruitless in this one as Cornette shows us actually displays here of frustration. And the Road Warriors have come in here as prepared as any match I've ever seen them in.
Give it suggestions. You do it your way. Do it whatever you want to do it. I'm going to give it suggestions. We'll handle it, okay? We'll handle it. They always have, haven't we?
A look at Hawk again. He has not had to do much except stand in the ring and fight them off. They've come at him with everything. Beautiful Bobby up top. Way up top. And now the Hawk. He missed. Hawk missed, and Bobby quickly moved out of the way. Tennis racket on the back of the head as Dennison got it from Jim Cornette. And now Hawk really down. Regardless how strong and big you are, you can't do much when someone clobbers you with a tennis racket. Dennis again. And Hawk in big trouble. You got to give them credit. The World Tag Team Champions, they got their advantage or chance at the advantage and took it. Now Dennison. A clothesline from Loverboy Dennis. Tries for the pin. Only got a 2 count. Right into Bobby's knee. And right now, the tide of battle has turned, and the Midnight Express taking full advantage of that tennis racket, really plastering the Road Warriors. Hawk. Again, the tennis racket from Cornette, right to the head. And Hawk has taken a couple of blows from that tennis racket. Now Hawk trying to mount a comeback, but he's dazed. A tag! Drop kick by Animal. Another one. Power slam! disqualify, I'm sure, the Midnight Express. Now Ellery. Paul Ellery chasing Cornette around the ring. Cornette's in trouble. Oh, Baby Doll with a right hand out of nowhere. Knocks Cornette right out to the floor. Baby Doll came out of nowhere. Cornette is down. The match will go to the Road Warriors by disqualification. And Jim Cornette, not looking the other way, struck down by Baby Doll. The Midnight Express will retain the World Tag Team title, but it's a night Cornette will never forget as Baby Doll leveled him with a right hand. Right here on World Championship Wrestling. Back with you on World Championship Wrestling. Now, the Midnight Express will retain the World Tag Team title by disqualification, but that is not the big story. The big story is what happened to Jim Cornette after the match had concluded, being chased around the ring by Pictures Paul Ellering, and then Baby Doll out of nowhere levels Jim Cornette to the tune of thousands of fans standing up and cheering Baby Doll on. Let's go back and relive what we just saw. Tennis racket really plastering the Road Warriors. Hawk. Again, the tennis racket from Cornette, right to the head. And Hawk has taken a couple of blows from that tennis racket. Now Hawk trying to mount a comeback, but he's dazed. A tag! Drop kick by Animal. Another one. Power slam! There's the flying shoulder block. This could be it right here. Got a save from Loverboy Dennis. Now all four men are in the ring. Hawk. Animal. Cornette is in. Cornette. He hit Animal right in the back. Tommy Young saw it. And he will disqualify, I'm sure, the Midnight Express. Now Ellery. Paul Ellery chasing Cornette around the ring. Cornette's in trouble. Oh, Baby Doll with a right hand out of nowhere. Knocks Cornette right out to the floor. Baby Doll came out of nowhere and Cornette is down. The match will go to the Road Warriors by disqualification. And Jim Cornette, not looking the other way, struck down by Baby Doll. And now here they are, Baby Doll and the Road Warriors.
Tony Schiavone, what you just seen is the Road Warriors whip the so-called world champion Midnight Express. I ain't got much to say. All these people here know we're the world champs. Know something, Tony Schiavone? We got Baby Doll and our partner and a couple of these great American bashes, Midnight Express, and especially you little weasel, Cornette. You're going down, and let me tell you something. Whether it's the Colos, Midnight Express, Cornette, and especially the Four Horsemen and Flair, you grab a hold of my brother or myself, and we'll let you know what it's like to feel the wrath of the Legion of Doom. Nice punch, Baby Doll.
You know, Baby Doll, I got to congratulate you. That was one of the greatest shots I have ever seen. And the Road Warriors and the Legion of Doom are honored to take care of business, as Jimmy Cornette has proved to the whole world that he has a mouth big enough that he can stick a banana in sideways. Well, Jimmy Cornette, when it's all said and done, we're going to ask you, how does it feel to eat filet of sole? In other words, how does it feel to have your foot shoved down your throat because your mouth is so big your checks can't back up what you're saying, big boy? Tell him, Baby Doll.
You bet. You know, Cornette, you've messed in my business just a little bit too much, and you found out what I'm really made of. During the bashes, I haven't quite gotten a hold of you like I really, really wanted to. But right here, you know, you did an injustice by sticking your nose in with the Road Warriors, and I thought it was my place. You know, I was sitting in back watching the monitor, thought it was my place to come down. I had the perfect opportunity, and you saw what it was like to get hit by Baby Doll. You know, I know a lot more besides just hitting. You know, I've learned a couple of moves myself, so if you try and get away, darling, this track star is going to get after you. So, Cornette, you try and run. I'm going to be right behind it with this, darling.
Back on World Championship Wrestling, Jim Cornette co-host. I have nothing to say. You can explain this.
You better not give me that microphone. You better not say a word, because I'm going to talk straight to Baby Doll, because she just proved my point. Look at this tape right here. I'm running away from Paul Ellering, my man Bubba, trying to catch up to him. And he's got Ellering. He's going to make sure Ellering don't do me any harm. Right there, he's got him blocked off. When look, the back jumper, the backstabber, the low-class, trashy, stinking, slimy scuzz, Baby Doll, that you are. You proved my point all along. You come in from behind, you hit me over the head with a brick. Look at the size of this ice pack. Let me tell you something right now, Baby Doll. The Road Warriors and the Rock and Roll and Dusty and Magnum, I don't care if you get King Kong and Godzilla to help you out, because now, not only am I going to prove my point that no woman can beat a man except by jumping him from behind, not only am I going to beat your brains out, but now I'm coming after revenge, and you better believe I'm going to get it, you stinking scuzzbag.
Right hand, just a right hand.
What did she have in her right hand?
Nothing, had nothing.
There ain't no woman that can hit that hard with just a hand. She hit me with a building brick. That's exactly what it was. Either that or a piece of masonry stone.
This is a six-man bunkhouse match. Anything goes.
Possibly have been Creek Rock. I'm not sure.
No time limit. As Arn Anderson goes to work on the nose of Ricky Morton. Dusty Rhodes and the Rock and Roll Express against Nature Boy Ric Flair. They don't see Flair. Flair, that's in the ring.
Ric Flair, the man has class even in a bunkhouse match. These other degenerates like Dusty Rhodes and the Rock and Roll, they got on blue jeans, old T-shirts. Ric Flair has on Sands of Bell slacks and an Izod shirt. That goes to show you class right there.
The boot as Rhodes and Flair do battle outside the ring. Dusty is bringing Flair back to the ring. World Championship Wrestling. And what an exciting program this has been today. Exciting for most of us.
It wasn't very exciting for me. It was daggone aggravating for me to have to put up with a girl jumping me from behind and hitting me over the head with some kind of cement block.
Arn Anderson down at the center of the ring, staggering as Morton takes the boot again. Oh, you take a look at Robin Gibson.
Look at the size of this ice pack, Tony Schiavone, and it's melting quicker all the time. You realize, Mother, how upset she would be if she knew that
see it. She's going to be able to watch it.
What was it? Was it asphalt?
No, Jimmy was a right hand. Rhodes with an elbow to the head. Arn Anderson in big trouble now. Ricky Morton with Flair. Anything goes. Oh, 6 men in the ring at the same time. But we are closing out another program of World Championship Wrestling for Jim Cornette.
I think it was 2 full soft drink cans and a sock.
I'm Tony Schiavone. See you later.